Hello everyone, and welcome back to Code Veronica. So we're continuing where we left off in the last video, which was like at least 2 weeks ago. I went on vacation when I released that third video because I hadn't gone on vacation all summer, and I decided I should probably go on vacation before jellyfish season hits, and then I can't swim because if I do, I might get stung by a jellyfish. So I went on vacation to the beach and it was very relaxing. It was a very nice time. In other news, officially or rather unofficially, we've reached the halfway point of the game. Essentially, I spent like a whole Saturday just kind of recording batches of videos to edit and put together into episodes. And the last thing that I recorded before like this big thunderstorm hit was Claire and Steve in the Antarctic base, and they were trying to leave. So unofficially, we are at the halfway point. That video is probably going to go up later next week. I still have to finish editing the one after this one, and this one I think is pretty much ready to go. I just need a
Biohazard contamination detected. Level 3. Emergency shutters will close. All personnel evacuate
I feel like those guys are going to be a problem, but not for me. So this game is very heavy on the making you run back and forth between multiple locations because different areas have the different items that you need because people died in different places or locked up things in different places because it was chaotic while you were trapped in prison. So that's a very long gimmick or a very long gimmick for this game, but it's essentially the same thing as like Dead Space, you know, like somebody died on crew deck who had the key to open hydroponics and you have to go to crew deck to get the key for hydroponics, but before that you have to restore the power in like engineering. You know, it's basically like that. And that's just something that's been carried over to like multiple different games over the years. It's Resident Evil is not the first game to do that. Clock Tower is. While Clock Tower is set in the same location, you still have to go to different rooms to unlock different parts of the mansion because you don't have the keys or you don't have the tool to do so. And of course, there were other games before Clock Tower that were doing it that weren't considered survival horrors. Like Final Fantasy had you revisiting different places as the story progressed, because different locations were opened up because now you had like the item or you had the key or you had the power to like open this cave or go deeper into like a palace or something like that, you know? So when you come back to the garage, you're gonna notice that Steve has gone missing. And at first, you're gonna think, oh no, he got captured. But no, he just wanders off. Like, you don't see him for another like 30, 40 minutes. He'll be back. But really do not know where he goes. I think he's just exploring like the castle and maybe the training facility or the underwater base by himself. Because you've pretty much unlocked most of the way to like these different locations. This is an interesting family tradition, but it kind of makes me wonder what the significance is between each of the items. Like the golden teacup obviously was given to Veronica because she made a name for herself with the Ashford family, and she was the head of that Ashford family. She was a successful, businesswoman. And so I guess for her, it's kind of like her cup runneth over with blessings because her family grew wealthy and successful under her. But only some of the other ancestors were given teacups, and then others were given vases and plates. And so it's kind of like, what is the meaning behind a vase, or what is the meaning behind giving somebody a plate? Are you kind of telling them, like, I hope that everything goes okay, but I am not going to give you a teacup until you kind of prove yourself, maybe? I don't know. I really do wonder. I wonder if there's like an interview or something. Maybe somebody looked it up or figured it out. Like, I really want to know, I'm curious now. I don't know if it was a trick of the eyes, but it kind of does look like you can see the Bandersnatch's shadow in the window when the lightning lights up like the frame. Like you can see like a bump just kind of outside casting a shadow onto the desk shortly before he jumps in through the window after you enter in the password.
Keep focused, brother. Our enemy is only a little girl. Oh, why is this taking so long?
My apologies, Alexia, but I have been doing my best.
The revival of the Ashford family depends on your success, brother.
I am aware of that, Alexia. I will revive the family name myself and make you the master of the glorious Ashford family.
Do not worry, brother. I will handle them both myself. Who is there? Is someone at the corridor?
What is it, Alexia?
Nothing. I believe I must have been imagining things. Let us go, brother.
With what little I know of Alexia, I really don't think that she wrote that card to Alfred. I think that's something he may have written to himself as Alexia. Maybe something he wishes she said to him. But I really can't say too much about Alexia because we haven't met her yet. I think the developers did a good job bringing this sort of like dollhouse aesthetic to the private residence because the way that it's decorated and all the things are piled up makes it look like one of those really big antique dollhouses from like the 1700s, 1800s. Even the things that Alexia and Alfred wear just kind of feel like they're not in tune with modern society. Like, Alfred is wearing like a royal army outfit, and he's obsessed with the military. So I can only assume that this is like a royal guard outfit from like England, and it probably belonged to somebody else in his family that was a part of the military. And then Alexia is wearing, it looks like this very long evening gown type dress with like white gloves. And that's like not something that you would wear normally, but it does feel like both of them think that this is what somebody of their stature would wear. And that feels like children playing dress up. that certainly is a gigantic red flag. But we'll have to just worry about that later. Same as the little mutated axolotls. That's a future problem. We're not going to have to worry about it right now. Hopefully.
What are you doing here? Hemostatic medicine. How kind of you. Thanks.
Here, let me help you with that.
Thanks, but I can take care of myself. Just go.
Keep it. It was a gift from my brother, but
Thanks. Here, let me give you this in return. You might need it later on. Now go. Don't worry about me. What are you still hanging around for? Get out of here.
I hope the medication helps him. We did kind of leave him by himself for like 2 or 3 hours. I'm really surprised there's no zombies populating this hallway or like around the stairs. They're all just in the cemetery. But I guess he's far enough underground and is the only person in there so he can kind of control how much noise he makes since he's just sitting. And so they kind of don't know he's back there, you know? I guess it's the opposite of the guy that you meet in Resident Evil 3. So in both the remake and the original, you meet a guy who's hiding inside a tractor trailer because he's scared, rightfully so, and he doesn't want to kind of risk his life on the promise of getting out with somebody that he doesn't know, which is understandable. So he hides himself inside the tractor trailer in the storage area. And you would think that he would be safe. But in the original, if you come back to the area, you find he's dead and there's a couple of zombies around. And the reason why he died is because he left the tractor trailer, presumably probably to gather supplies. And the zombies in the bar heard him rummaging around and essentially busted into the area he was hiding. And because he couldn't leave, he got eaten. In the remake, you don't really know his fate, but it's presumed that he meets the same as the original. We're getting close to the end of the video, so I want to go ahead and say my goodbyes now. So thank you so much for joining us. We are going to continue investigating the different places that we've unlocked. Like, I'm sure there's more to the private residence than what we can see. And I don't think that there's any more that we need to do in the military training facility or here at the prison after we figure out what that note from the doctor meant. He probably has a key on his body, but we need to find his body. But I have a sinking suspicion about where he is. But with that being said, I'm going to continue in the next one, and I hope that you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for joining me.
What are you still hanging around for? Get out of here.